the 4? Oh man. 4 man is the Milwaukee Bucks, man. The Milwaukee
Okay.
Bucks. Listen. The Milwaukee Bucks are about to figure it out, man. They're about to come in that 10.
I bet they hope so.
Listen, man. This is the rule of thumb, bro. Whenever a team has a big trade or big superstars come to the team, you got to give them 10 to 15 games to figure it out. Dame's been hurt for 6 of the games that Doc came over. You know, they're going to figure it out, man. And then they're going to get on that run. One thing I know about Doc is he's a great regular season coach. And now he's got a player. See, now he's got a player like Giannis. And Giannis, he's a different breed when it comes to them playoffs. Last year, even as an elimination game, he had 40 and 20. And we had that mistake where he, tries to toss it to Middleton. I understand he doesn't want to go to the line, but for lack of better terms, you can't be a bitch in that situation.
Relax on Giannis. Come on now.
He was being a bitch. He really loafed on that situation. Another thing about Giannis, I think he should have guarded Jimmy, but that's neither here or there. I mean, he let Drew Holiday get fried for no reason. I don't understand that.
So we blame him. We blame him for following the game plan. When he says everyone needs to step up, when he follows the coach's game plan, everyone wants him to do his own thing. When he steps up and says wants to hold people accountable, now he's a diva. He doesn't listen. Like, what do y'all want, man? What do y'all want?
Diva. I say he should have guarded Jimmy. Bro, because you know what people like to do, bro? You want to be on that LeBron pedestal? I like to hold people to LeBron standards now. LeBron
Wait a minute. Why are we comparing?
If you're one of the top players in the world, you're getting held to those types of standards. Best player in the world standards, right?
Okay.
So you're the best player in the world, like they did with LeBron, like they did with Kobe, like they did with Magic. You need to go guard the other best player and shut him down. And still get yours.
And I think this year he'll do that. I think he has no problem doing that. You're talking about a former defensive player of the year. You're acting like he's scared to guard Jimmy Butler.
No, stop. Stop this defensive player of the year. You sit and play free safety. Go guard him.
He won defensive player of the year. He is a defensive player of the year. He won the award.
Same thing Rudy did. All they do is sit at the paint and block shots.
That's not all Giannis does. Giannis plays center field.
I'm not saying that about Rudy, because Rudy does really lock up. I'm not even when he gets ISO, he does on Rudy. But Giannis, you get to play 7. He guards the worst player on the team, and then he just hangs around.
That's not true either.
That is true.
He doesn't always guard the best player every night, but he doesn't just pick the worst player. That's what LeBron does.
He literally does. He literally gets to sag off the worst player or the most non-threat player on the team and help everyone else.
Because he has to help everyone else because no one plays defense other than Brook Lopez. He has to help everyone else.
Drew Holiday last year. Chris Middleton can.
Drew Holiday's not on the team anymore. Drew Holiday's not on the team anymore.
That was last year. That's what I was getting at last year. This year, I think with the help of you got Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is still a genius basketball coach. I know he's had his chokes.
Oh, don't be that person.
He's had his chokes. But some of this shit is not on Doc Rivers. For example, last year, there's no way you can blame that on Doc Rivers. They were up in the fourth quarter, and Harden and Embiid choked. And then you get to Game 7, you play a superstar like Jason Tatum. I mean, he gonna put 50 on your head. There ain't nothing. If Jason Tatum just on that night.
They did choke, though. They choked that.
He was absent for games 3 to 5.
They attitude reflects leadership. They're choking. Why? Because they're led by a choker. That's what he teaches in the locker room. That's what he does.
He was up 20 against the Rockets, and his team faltered. I can't.
Right. You notice.
And then all the other times, his superstars just been hurt. Chris Paul gets hurt, and with the Clippers, Blake Griffin gets hurt. Embiid, he's hurt most times in the playoffs. I mean, I'm not really on this Doc.
You notice a common theme? You notice how Doc Rivers is the common theme in all these collapses? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
I can't help that my players get hurt. Now, one thing that JJ was right about, he doesn't like to take accountability. But he's still regardless of the fact, he's still a genius basketball mind, is what I said.
No, you called him a genius basketball coach. He is an overrated basketball coach. He won 1 championship because he had a team that had 4 All-Stars on it.
No.
And that's it. That's all he's ever done.
How many coaches are better than him in the league?
A lot.
A lot. To be honest, a lot.
A lot.
Just name all the coaches, bro.
I don't know all the coaches' names, but I'll try to go by teams. Spoelstra is definitely a better coach. Yeah, I'll go by teams. The coach of the Thunder.
He's fucking been to the playoffs. How can he be better?
Because he's been developing these young players, and he has a team like with a young core of an average age of 23 about to go to the playoffs. They were in the play-in last year. They have
the best GM in basketball.
Okay, so now we're giving the GM credit instead of that. You're splitting hairs here. You're splitting hairs.
Maybe one time he's missed on a draft pick.
You're splitting hairs. You got to develop the young players.
He hasn't missed on a draft pick. What do you mean I'm splitting hairs? When's the he drafted?
So the coach doesn't deserve any credit?
KD.
He went from the 9th seed to the 2 seed. He doesn't deserve any credit for developing the team?
Is Mike Brown better than Doc Rivers?
Mike Brown is also a better coach than Doc Rivers.
Stop.
Steve Kerr.
He is.
Steve Kerr. Greg Popovich.
Ty Lue.
Yes.
No, listen here. He had Jeremy Shohan running point for 20 games. Stop
okay,
it.
so we get it. We get it. He's bringing Wemby along slowly, but we're not about to disrespect Greg Popovich. That's not what we're about to do.
What the fuck would you start Jeremy Shohan at the
He got 5 championships.
We're about to disrespect Greg Popovich?
I'm just saying right now, Greg Popovich, he's been a little...
Doc Rivers always has a stacked team, and they always are trash.
Always a stacked team?
Always. The 76ers were a stacked team.
You thought the 76ers coming into that year.
That's a stacked team, James. Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and Joel Embiid Tobias Harris is a stacked team.
Tyrese Maxey doing about Joel Embiid?
That's a stacked team.
What is Tyrese Maxey doing?
That's better than what Greg Popovich had before he got Wemby, right? That's who you were just trying to shit on.
He wasn't going
to. You talk about that's not a stacked team. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. At number 4, I got the Timberwolves. At number 4, you're bugging right now. You're trying to disrespect Greg Popovich. Jared, you hear him, right? He just told me James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Tobias Harris not a stacked team. But who was the Spurs starting 5 2 years ago? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about, bro? No, we're not doing that. You're not about to disrespect Greg Popovich.
Then Doc Rivers.
You said he was better. You were talking about Greg Popovich. You said right. Doc Rivers was on the 76ers with a stacked team. Fumbled. Clippers with Lob City, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford, JJ Redick. Fumbled. Stacked team. Yes, stacked team.
That team was stacked. That team was very stacked.
What are we talking about? Teams.
The only series that he fumbled, that was fumbled, was the Rockets series. No other series was fumbled.
He fumbled every time they lost.
Exactly. Look at how many we're naming. All of these rosters are stacked. These aren't just teams he fumbled. These are stacked rosters. The Celtics. Rondo, Allen, Pierce, Garnett. He lost one.
Next year, Kendrick Perkins got hurt in the final.
I'll give him that.
That's 4 different stacked teams, though.
Kendrick Perkins got hurt. I give you that.
That's 4 different stacked teams, though.
Got hurt. Then the big 3 got formed. Who beat them? LeBron went to 10 straight finals.
The Spurs beat them.
The
Clippers lost to the Spurs.
3 Hall of Famers. This is what I'm talking about, bro.
Kobe beat 4 Hall of Famers in the Celtics, but I'm not about to go down that rabbit hole. He beat 4 of them on the Celtics, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Number 4, I got the Timberwolves. They're the best team in the West. They've been the best team in the West all year.
It's so crazy because it's like you forgot the fact that Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh also got hurt in that series. Bro,
you want me to remember every injury in NBA history, bro? I remember what happened. I remember how it unfolded. You went 3 Hall of Famers, and I went Kobe beat 4 Hall of Famers. That's simple. That's all I said.
People get hurt. Wait, 4 Hall of Famers?
Yeah, he beat that Celtics team. Another one of Doc's fumbles where he had Rondo, Ray Allen, KG, and Paul Pierce. 4 Hall of Famers. Lost. Rondo's a Hall of Famer.
I think Rondo
will be. Yeah. He has 2 championships on the Lakers and the Celtics. 2 historic franchises.
Multiple All-Star. Multiple-time
He's a Hall of Famer.
Why?
Right.
Wait. There's no. You're saying Hall of Famer like it's for sure. It's amazing.
It is for sure. It is for sure.
There's some controversial people in the Hall of Fame right now.
It is.
Ben Wallace is in the Hall of Fame. Don't get me started on the Hall of Fame. Ben Wallace is in the Hall of Fame.
But
Ben Wallace got 4 defensive player of the years though.
So yeah, I know that's why Rudy Gobert's gonna get in. I know that's why I'm saying Rondo is not controversial. This is exactly why I'm saying Rondo is not controversial. If those guys can get in, Rondo's definitely getting in.
I can read that.
Ben Wallace averaged 8 points for his career.
Chauncey Billups is about to get in the Hall of Fame.
Ben Wallace averages 8 points.
Chauncey Billups is about to get in the Hall of Fame. Think about that.
Chauncey Billups is a Hall of Famer.
He's
a Finals MVP.
What has Rondo done that Chauncey Billups hasn't? You know,
Rondo's a Hall of Famer too, but Chauncey's a Finals MVP. Chauncey's a Finals MVP.
Chauncey Billups is way more of a Hall of Famer than Rondo. Don't act like you don't.
We're splitting hairs. We're splitting hairs.
Cedric Maxwell is a Finals MVP. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
That was a good little trivia fact. I did not know Cedric Maxwell was a Finals MVP.
Yeah,
okay.
Larry Bird's first ring.
What else to say?
But that's not Chauncey Billups though. That's not Chauncey Billups.
This true. Chauncey Billups for what?
But hold on. I want to get back to the list. And number 4, I got the Timberwolves. I think they're just like a little bit better version of the Thunder. They're the best defensive team in the league. They're the number 1 defensive team in the league. Right. Anthony Edwards is taking that next step. Cat, he doesn't have to be the number 1 option anymore. I think is one of the best things that happened to him, honestly.
The Gobert effect, man.
Yeah, stop.
You don't have to say.
He is a good rim protector though.
But he falls to that playoff time when it comes to rim protection. They're gonna pull him out on the perimeter. It's barbecue chicken from there.
I think that in the West, they're definitely to be like messed with, for sure. But go ahead, Jarrett. You can keep us going at number 3. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man.
Hey,
all right.
Jared. He's gonna move this to the fact that
Zilla.
Timberwolves have one big problem when it comes to the playoffs.
What's that?
Carl fucking Anthony Towns.
Their problem is that they play the Nuggets when they go to the playoffs. That's their problem.
And Doc Rivers and all these people, but you want to skip over Carl Anthony Towns being a bitch every time he goes to the playoffs.
He's not the best player anymore. He's not the best player anymore.
He was the best player when Jimmy was there, though.
He has to be the second best.
I mean, player. But that was kind of the whole issue, though, right? That was the controversialness of it, really.
He has to be the second best player. He can't do that.
He is the second best. He's definitely the second best player. Easily, definitively.
No, he is. But he doesn't play like it in the playoffs. He go out there and give you 10
Not
points.
if he's playing against Jokic, is what I'm saying. Like, you keep picking people apart that gotta go against Jokic.
He's not a defensive stopper. And Jokic wasn't even guarding him. It was Aaron Gordon.
He's a defensive stopper.
10 points?
Listen, I'm going to say this about...
No, Aaron Gordon is a defensive stopper, is what I'm saying.
Aaron Gordon should stop Carl Anthony Towns enough so he can only score 10 points?
Clint Capella stopped Carl Anthony Towns in that playoff run.
No.
But he was the best player. He was the best player that time.
Nah, Jimmy was the best player.
He's going to lead them.
Jared, go back a year. He played the Memphis Grizzlies. Soft.
Okay, well that is actually was a really good defensive team. A really good defensive team. Come on, be real. Be real. That was the Grindhouse.
Lost.
Who was on that Memphis team? Was it still Marcus Gasol and Zach Randolph still?
No. Look how old he's going.
Yeah, what Memphis team talk about?
I'm talking about John Morant and Jared Jackson and Desmond Bain.
I mean, Jared Jackson is the defensive player of the year.
He played decent in that series. I thought you were going back kind of.
Coming on Elon Musk's internet and lying. I don't like that, bro.
Jared Jackson's the defensive player of the year, though.
Decent in that series. What is he, a 5-time All-Star? That's what you want? Oh, he played decent in that series?
He doesn't have to be the best player anymore. That makes a big difference.
What do you mean? He was supposed to
Look at the Knicks now. Look at the Knicks difference now that Julius Randle's not the best player now. You look different now, don't you? The team looks different, don't it?
At least
it's different. It makes a difference.
At least he went to the second round.
Huh?
At least he went to the second round.
Okay.
Karl-Anthony Towns has won 3 playoff games. He's played in 3 series.
Damn. Yeah, that ain't good.
That's your man's. Go to 3, bro. I don't even.
The best team in the West all year. All year.
It's all year. No, see, that's what you do, bro. You come up here and you try to be a hypocrite, bro.
How? How?
When I was like, I don't like Donovan Mitchell. They were the number 1 seed. They were the best team all year. And what did he do? Choke. That's what Karl-Anthony.
So is that what you're saying? But you're comparing Donovan Mitchell to Cat. Are you saying Ant's gonna choke? Because that's not gonna happen.
Listen, the common denominator is Rudy Gobert. I'm telling y'all, it's Rudy Gobert. Y'all being fooled by Rudy Gobert. This defensive player of the year.
But he's trying to be slick and compare Donovan Mitchell to Cat.
They're both.
Donovan Mitchell was the best player on that team, and I knew he would fold. Cat isn't the best player. Ant is, and Ant's not gonna fold.
He's Anthony Edwards to win a series. Point blank period.
He keeps playing the Denver Nuggets.
He's not going to win that series.
He about to play.
Exactly, but he's not going to play them in the first round.
Warriors, Luka, or the Kings.
He can beat all of those teams. The Lakers will be tough, but he can beat them. They can beat all those other teams.
Who's 8th right now?
That's why the Lakers, they're 4 and 5 for me. They're close. But he can. You just said the Pelicans and the Kings. They can beat them.
They cannot beat the Pelicans.
Yes, they can.
They will not beat the Pelicans.
Jared, go to number 3. So the Pelicans, you're wilding, bro. You're wilding.
Watch how B.I.
We gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. I hope they play the Pelicans.
You seen B.I. You seen what B.I. did to the Suns. All right, watch.
Jared.
All right.
Go ahead.
So number 3, you gonna call me delusional, but I got the Knicks. You gonna call me delusional?
What I'm talking about.
I just tried to y'all saw how I tried to applaud the Knick Nation, right? And then he gonna come and do this. He gonna come and do this. Why?
They got all the pieces.
Why?
They just not healthy right now. They got all the pieces. They just need to get healthy, and they're gonna be all right. They got everything you need from a team to win a championship.
How the hell?
Like you said, the Detroit Pistons.
Oh.
They got all the pieces.
I'm gonna let y'all discuss amongst Knick family. That's family right there. I'm gonna let y'all discuss.
They're well balanced. They got everything they need. James, you had the number 5. I got the number 3. So
I'm gonna let y'all.
Listen, my thing is like, if we were just listing out all the teams, like no conferences, the Knicks are not the 3rd best team. The only reason I'm gonna let you slide with this is because we're in the East, and if we just so happen to get the Bucks or the Celtics knocked off by one of then I'm cool. But if we got to go through both the Bucks and the Celtics,
listen, OG stopped Giannis before.
We have a chance.
OG stopped Giannis before, though.
Who?
OG.
Stopped is an insane term. Stopped is an insane term.
That Raptors series, they built that wall. Over. It was over for Giannis.
He stopped Giannis, or was it the defensive?
Kawhi, OG, all of them.
Superstar Kawhi Leonard.
He just tried to act like Kawhi didn't exist. Like he just didn't exist.
I said Kawhi too. Kawhi, OG, Siakam.
Who was Giannis' point guard that year?
Dame Lillard.
Yeah, it's not Dame Lillard. It wasn't Dame Lillard back then.
I believe in Jalen Brunson. Potential superstar.
I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna try to see the vision, but it's hard right now.
Listen, we're gonna see. Go ahead. Who y'all got at number 3?
Yeah, James, go ahead. I don't know. That's a Nick thing. I don't know what y'all be doing over there.
So right now, in the current power rankings, I have this team number 3. But if the playoffs started today, I think they would win the championship. It's a little confusing. I understand that.
Yeah, a little bit.
But number 3 is no other than the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, when I really think about it, man, the Clippers can play so many different brands of basketball. It's quite amazing. Obviously, you got to get healthy. And the reason I have them at number 3 is they have I don't want to say they have the best team on paper, because that's my number one team. But they have their team is so equipped. The thing that makes them number 3 is because I don't know if I can fully trust, even though I love Paul George and James Harden, we have some beef because he be choking in the playoffs. But I don't know if they come to play in the playoffs, I don't think no one can beat them. But that's why I gotta have them at number 3, because I'm not sure when I'm gonna get in the playoffs. Just right now, if they're playing the way they were playing right now, even though Paul George is in a cold slump right now, I think they would win it all. And then I don't know if they're gonna be healthy.
I respect it. I got the Clippers on my list. I got them. I'm not gonna divulge, but I got them on my list. I just can't factor in injuries. Also, I think that this year, just for the Clippers, I think they're a little bit different with injuries because now they have James Harden as well. Like, even if Paul George gets hurt, they have another player that can play all-star level basketball if needed. You know what I mean? Like, James Harden can probably kick it up another gear if he really needed to. So I think that's a little bit different for them now than in previous years. But and they've been playing, honestly. Just for, I know it's still the regular season, we got to see, but they've been playing. Kawhi and PG, they've been playing more than they usually play. At number 3, I got the Nuggets. They're the defending champs. They're going to be a tough out regardless. Jokic is one of the best players in the world. They have defense. The reason they're at number 3 is because I feel like losing someone like Bruce Brown was kind of big for them. He's kind of a utility guy, plays defense. He's going to do a lot of the dirty. He's like a.
Is what drops them out of top 2?
Kind of, yeah. A player like that, he's a good quality role player. He makes up for a lot of he's kind of like Drew Holiday, to give a comparable he's not as good. He's not as good.
Whoa.
He's not as good as an offensive player.
Whoa.
He's not as good as an offensive player, but he's a utility guy. He makes up for stuff on defense. He does a lot of the dirty work that a team needs to win a championship. He's an undervalued player. I get he's not the overall player Drew Holiday is. I understand. I mean more his play style is really what I was getting.
Let me tell you something. First of all, you're not going to disrespect Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is probably the best defender, best on ball.
Is the best defender
in the league.
Yeah, he's a good defender.
Bruce Brown, we don't even know if he can hit a 3-point shot sometimes. Where is Bruce Brown now? You tell me.
Toronto.
Exactly. They casted him away. They banished him. He's in the shadow realm. He went from championship team to a lottery.
Because he chased the money, but that's just because he chased the money, not because they didn't want him back. He just went to the team that gave him the biggest bag. The Pacers gave him a big bag, yeah.
The Pacers are a good team, and they still traded him away.
But
they get Pascal Siakam.
They didn't feel like they needed him.
Don't act like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They got an all-star level player out of that.
They could have sent draft picks or something. If they wanted to
stop that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's an all-star caliber player that they got out of that deal.
You think the Raptors wanted Bruce Brown?
No. They probably wanted to keep Pascal Siakam. He's a better overall. What point are you making?
I'm just saying, bro. Bruce Brown is not moving the needle, bro.
I guess I'm saying that they're gonna miss a player like that in their roster.
The GM did say he felt like Bruce Brown was replaceable.
I mean, clearly.
I mean, they got Christian. They got a younger, white Bruce Brown.
Don't act like Christian.
Christian Brown.
Christian Brown is nice.
Don't you said Christian Brown? Don't do that. You just named another person on their roster. He is not like that at all. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's tough. He can play.
Stop.
Maybe the Nuggets felt like Christian Brown could replace Bruce Brown.
Stop it.
Maybe that's how you let him go.
Stop it. So, thank you for watching another episode of The Last Word. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below so you're not missing out on any of the new content I drop on the channel. Love.